All right. Let me pull up chat, let everybody get in. It says I'm live, but I'm not seeing it. Try that again. Oh, there we go. Volume's turned down. All right. Hi, everybody. Let me minimize that. And I'm a little bit early, so I'm going to show you what I got in that I ordered. And Happy New Year's to everybody. New Year's is in Afghanistan, Iran, and Russia during my time. So I got my wish stencils a la Patty. So I got this one here, which is just a basic. I thought I was getting 6. I don't really know how I didn't order that right. I thought I was getting a set of 6. But I got this one. And ironically, when they sent this one, they sent 2 of the same ones. So I'm going to use this as a giveaway. And then I got a little snowflake because I realized I didn't have a snowflake. And they sent 2 of these. So I have that. These are my 2 giveaways for today. And then I ordered this one, which I thought was a real good, just a basic texture. Similar to the one we got in the Stencil Club. And then I ordered the symbols that Patty showed everybody that Xandra had gotten her, and this one here. And they only sent one of the larger ones. It was a different company. So I don't know if I'll use these today, but I plan on using this one. And then I also have a few others that are new that I haven't used yet. These are Hero Arts stencils. This was a set that I got at Tuesday morning. And then this was Claudine Helmuth, I think. And this one I didn't realize is like sticky, but eventually the stickiness will go away after it's been used a while. It's probably intended to do like glass etching or that kind of stenciling where you stick it down. So, and I pulled some papers because what we're going to do is, I took a photograph. Eileen tweeted from Tinker Sketch Art Challenge. It's 31 journal prompts for art journaling. And I said, she said, like, we don't have anything else to do. And I said, as a smart aleck, well, you should just combine some of them because they would go together really well. And she said, I double dare you to do it. So I'm going to do a blind 6 from this list. I pulled some stuff on the list. It would be faster. So what I'm going to do is go to the random generator. And I have it set from 1 to 31. It's going to pick 6 numbers. And I'm going to tell it to not duplicate any numbers. And here we go. So our numbers are 11, 14, 15, 18, 22, 30. Now let's go back to the prompts and we'll see what those are. Oh, one of the ones I did not want. Okay, a pair, self-portrait. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what, this is the one I didn't want. jewelry. $18. An ombre. My paints I picked out, I can do an ombre because I have a yellow, a quin gold, and a burgundy, so we could do kind of an ombre with that. So I'd already picked out some paint colors. 22. A fairy tale. And I don't have a lot of that kind of stuff, but I had a pocket letter that I had gotten, and it's got a whole bunch of like little tags with fairies in it. So I picked out one of those to use. So we're good on that. And 30, electronics. That's another one I wasn't. I didn't pull anything for electronic. I don't know if I even. So these are the two that I'm going to have to think about. So I'll show you some of the things I'd already pulled in case I needed them. And I may still use some of them. I was really leaning toward yellows and bright colors. This is my pair. So we're going to use, this is my pair. And I'm going to make them kind of be the focal point, I think. This was my insect. And I think I'll still use this because it goes. And this was my famous artist, and I think I'll still use it too. Actually, they were triplets somehow. This was my breakfast, Eileen, eggs, but I don't think I'm going to use that. There was the fairy that I had picked out. I may choose a different one. I had picked some of this for colorful. I'm going to save that and not use. And it was from Norma. This colorful was another one I think I am going to use because I like the colors in the background. This was my dream. This was another one I pulled for faces or hands. This was my skyline. There's a pair for Janet. That was another bug I'd pulled. That was road. Maybe I can use this. That's what I'll do for electric. Is I'll either use this shot right here or part of this. I think this one because it's skinnier, because that can count as electric, right? Ah, now that I'll hear from Eileen that that's cheating. So I think I'll use this as electric. I have an idea for self-portrait, but I'm not positive. Well, no, I just don't know what to do for self-portrait. My jewelry is I'm going to go a la Dee Dee, and I have a clock. Some of these I just picked out for pair. That was my bird. That was song and words, which I think I'll still probably use. I had some girls, but I'm not going to use them. Right now, this is what I have that I'm using. And I've got everything figured out except for I may change the fairy to see if I have one with some yellow in it. And I'm going to keep thinking on self-portrait. Found a fairy that's a little better color-wise. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, is try not to be literal. I had something up here that I thought about using. I think I may use some of this, which is some of my old artwork. This is one of the girls I sent Shauna that she had the other day in her folder. So I may use this, and it kind of looks like young me. So I think I'll use that for my self-portrait. Okay, so now that I have all of the themes, words, I have stencils. I think I want to get some scrapbook paper to add some more background texture. Okay. I need to label these bins. I cleaned them all, sorted them. Okay. I'm going to use some of that because that kind of goes with the little bits there. And this goes, I might use some of this, like cut a piece of that. That'll be the scrapbook paper. Let me throw the collage bits back out of the way. Trying really hard to pick up as I go this right now, since I cleaned everything. This is just some yellow jelly printing stuff. That I'm grabbing. Might use that. I think that gives me enough to start with. Just getting some sewing tissue and some white text. Use that. Music paper. Actually, I don't think I want to use that. I want to use the white. Okay. Got something from Messenger. Let me get back to the, and hi to everybody who came in. And Happy New Year. All right, so I'm going to set the stencils aside. And I'm going to keep the background type papers out and the scrapbook paper. I think I'm going to do a layer of those and then add this stuff in. Shauna is after me. And I'm just, a lot of this will get covered up. I'm just trying to get a foundation. I think this paper will help me with the ombre when I do the paint for the ombre. I may not end up using the scrapbook paper. All right, so I'm going to turn that. Put that there. And I think I'll put some of that there. This is, we were jelly printing with alcohol inks. I don't know if I'm going to use that second piece or not. I think that's better. And I'm going to have that. Okay. I'm just kind of culling. I don't think I'm going to use that. Maybe. And I'm not sure about the scrapbook paper now. I like what I have so far. So I'm going to glue that down and then use paint. I think I'm going to do the ombre like in a glaze on this music paper. And maybe on this paper right here. So if you just came in, it's Tinker Sketch. It's Tinker Lab, and it's the Sketch Challenge for art journaling. And there were 31 prompts for January, and I generated 6 numbers to do 6 of them at a time. Eileen double dared me. So all my own fault. All right, so let's take that off. And this. So one would assume if they have January that they're going to put out prompts for every month. Kind of like some of the other monthly things. Like the Doodle Wash and some of the others. and this is just mixed media paper. It's not Canson brand, but it's very similar. And I'm hanging these off the side a little bit so I can come back and trim it later. A lot of this I'm using was from Happy Mail, from Shauna, Norma. Okay. Okay, this will give me a base to work on. Just trying to make sure I don't have any air bubbles trapped in some of that paper. Okay. Let's try that real quick. I'm going to turn on the heat gun. I think that's dry enough. Now I'm going to ombre. Yeah, I just go because I try not to think about it too much. Now, when I do something like a portrait or something like that, I think it out a little more. So I am going to add a little white to the. I am not dressed up. I am pajamas all the way, all day. till I have to go back to school or leave the house. Oh, did you? What did Eileen do a digital one? You know, if I can do this, Eileen, you can do this, even if it's digital. And these are the Deco Art Tradition acrylics that I'm using. And I've got, I think it's Indian Yellow, quinacridone Gold, and I'm going to go with a little bit of Burgundy. And I'm going to use a little bit of black at the end, just a little bit. I don't think I want it right here. I'm just going to come in and take it off the papers I don't want it on. Keep it. And I think I'll do the opposite on this. That counts as ombre. You can still see the music paper. And we can still see all the prints. So that counts as ombre. So let's tick off what we have so far. We have ombre on there, and I stuck the fairy tale, the fairy on there. Let's get the watch face and the electric. covering that up. I think I'm going to get the electric right there. Kind of like reverse collage, I guess, in a sense. I'm going to try to use paint through some of the stencils to kind of merge it. I think I just want the face of the watch. And I think I'm going to wait on the watch. I don't think I'm going to use this. It's not on my list. I don't have to use it. Okay, I'm going to trim some of this off the back. So I know where my edges are. Of the paper again. And I think I'm going to add that piece of tissue over here. So get that text on top.
I'm going for a little ride.
Okay, hon. I love you too. Okay. It gives me some of the sewing tissue that kind of helps blend that together. Ooh. All right, let me cut this for you real quick. Let's see. I think we're ready for some stencils. I think I'm just going to use this overall stencil. I still need to get this in too. I might cover up something I did, but I don't really care. I'm losing some of that paper. But I can always go back with it. So that's self-portrait. Thank you, Elaine. That's some of the first mixed media art I did way back in the day. Okay. So the question is, do I want to use white paint? Let that dry a minute and get a sponge or a bouncer. Or do we want to use the gesso? Thank you. I'm tempted to do it Shauna's way. I'm also tempted. I want more of that paper back in here. I'm going to put that paper back in there before I move on to the gesso and the stencil. So I lost some of that. Move it over though, I think. I'm thinking if I do the gesso, that I can take green, which is in the focal point. I ended up using, I'm going to use this. I used the wrong fairy. I'm going to use this one. Because I like the yellow in it. These are our little lovelies, and I'm going to put them right here. And I may cut them out around them. I don't think I'm going to use the butterfly. Save that for another day. So I'm thinking if I try the chalky gesso, then I could use green like we have in our little friends here with the watercolor. But I could just use green paint. All right, let me dry this white. And I could have used a different pair to be my focal point. All right, I don't think I want to mess with the gesso today. I have this white paint, and I think I'm going to try that. And I may try some green in there too. And I don't want to cover up my title. A little bit more white paint. I like the white. Oh, they're Norma bracelets. Norma, if you're here, put a link to your Etsy store. Norma and I did a trade. And she sent me lovely bracelets. And then she sent me some for my birthday. And if you're not aware, Zandra, who Scraps to Beauty, has a really good shop too for art supplies. Shauna and I both have Etsy shops. Shauna has a lot of really neat digital packs. Okay. I don't really want to put anything over her, but I kind of like that. And I may not do any other stencil option. let's, yeah, Shauna and mine are both under our names. Norma's is not. Norma needs to put a link, or someone put a link to Norma's. She's Branson's limo in chat. And she did. Hi, Tanya. Hey, I'll be there tonight. I'm going to pop in. I need your Facebook group link. I got into Lisa's last night, but then my chat changed and I lost the link for yours. So I'll get it from you this evening when we're at your house. My plan is just to, when it gets busy tonight, just to kind of pop around here and there. I hate to cover that up. Yeah, I do a variety on my channel, from acrylic pours to, I don't know what Norma's name is on Etsy. I don't remember. I know I have it here somewhere, but since I cleaned up the studio, I don't know what I did with my card. I do alcohol ink, acrylic pours, pet portraits. I just do a collage, bunnies, watercolor. So I do a variety so I don't get bored. I kind of want them there, but they don't really go there. I don't like the fact that they're floating. I think I'm going to use this. And put some of, fussy cut that and put it like right here. So they're not just floating in nothing. So bear with me just a few minutes. I'm going to just do a rough fussy cut. Yay! Xandra found Norma's shop. Thank you, Xandra. And Xandra, put your shop there too in the chat. Now, these prompts would be much easier to do one at a time. But, you know, as I said, Eileen was talking about not having enough time. Like, we were so busy doing other things, like how just the last thing we needed was another journal prompt, monthly journal prompt. And I was like, well, just combine them, do like a pick 6, thinking, but no, it backfired on me. I ended up doing it, but it's just paper. But isn't it ironic that I got one of the ones that I did not want. I didn't want famous artists only because I didn't really have anything here, to be honest, in my stash. I just didn't have anything that I could use, and I didn't want self-portrait. Did I get drips or colorful? Oh, hell no. Oh, I got to put the watch on there somewhere too. And we might find a quote to put right in here somehow. In the Timmy book. And then we can go back to our normally artsy channel and just do like something like alcohol ink. I did pour. I couldn't sleep last night. I knew I needed to sleep because today was going to be a long day. So I did do some acrylic pours. But they didn't turn out very good. I had my paint too thin. Trying to use up paint. Okay, so I'm going to put them like that. And I'm going to put the watch right here. And then we're going to get... I'm going to get rid of this paint, which I shouldn't be wasting, but I am. Or I'm going to get in it to all right. And then I'm thinking, like I said, they'll go like that. Right in here. Yeah, Norma has pour art on her page, and she has wonderful jewelry. Okay. So once I put the pair on and I put the watch on, I've hit all 6 prompts. And then some, because I threw in a few more. And let me grab the Tim Holtz Ideology. And I tend to, do I want the black ones? I tend to like to use a group of them. Okay, this is what I'm gonna, these are the 3 I'm gonna use. Life doesn't have to be perfect to be wonderful. Let's put that watch down real quick. Beauty shines brighter than that of a good heart. I'm happiest when I'm with you. So let's put our little pair down. I think Norma got those from a magazine. Super cute. Okay. I think it's done. So once again, we have a pair. This is my self-portrait. This is my jewelry. There's my ombre in the background. That's my fairy tale. And right in here is my electronics. And it's Tinker Lab Art Sketch Challenge. Eileen tweeted the link or the photograph yesterday, and it's a hashtag. So if you search around, you'll find it. No, I don't know what I'll actually do with it. I'll probably just take it to an art show with me to sell, or who knows. I don't do journals like books of journals, just simply because Bob and I don't have any kids. I have a whole lot of scrapbook albums that I did, and nobody looks at those. I don't know where to store them. So I just feel bad like doing things and just sitting around for nothing. I don't know. I enjoy doing art, but I have issues with I have to have a motivation. So I sell what I make in my Etsy store, and I go to art shows. So I don't know what I'll do with this. We can do a drawing for it for all I mean. Yeah, I'm the same. I'm sort of project driven, like a reason. All right. Let's do the giveaway, and we'll go ahead and we'll just give this away. And I've got the 2 stencils that I'm going to give away. Let's do one from 1 to 125. Closest without going over. Winner picks. And I'm going to choose 3 from the same set of numbers. Okay, does that make sense? We're going to put in one number from 1 to 25 without closest without going over, and I'll go to the random generator and I'll have it pick 3. And then the winners can choose what they want I'll do them in the order they generated. I'm going to minimize this real quick. I'm going to go to the random generator and I'm going to say no order. They were in ascending order, so I'm going to say no order. And I'm going to say I want 3. And we're going to 125. All right, give everybody here a minute. If anybody has a duplicate number and you want to put Suzanne Hale, put in a different number because I see right now Donna Dix already has 25. If you see somebody has the same number as you, so Sue's put in another number. I didn't put go. I just put directions and they started putting numbers. So Sue's and Teresa Petro both put a different number besides 55 because somebody already has that number before y'all. I'm looking to see if there are duplicates, which I don't normally do. I'm channeling Mary. Judy 333, do a different number besides 47. Vaughn, do a different number besides 74. Okay, great. Shelley, I didn't see another 25, but I could have missed it. I don't see another 25, Shelley. So I think you're good. All right. We are going to stop. Molly, we already have 55, so pick a different number, Molly, real quick. Okay, good, Molly. All right, I'm going to go to random generator and I'm going to pick 3 numbers. Any number, 1 to 125, 69, 33, and 9. Let me go back to the chat. And I'm going to go to the very top where we started. Closest to 69 without going over is the first number I'm looking for. Okay, Holly had 67. Okay, Holly had 67. Oh, I'm sorry, Joan. Holly, what would you like? The artwork, the stencil with the snowflakes, or the floral stencil? It is Holly is the first winner. I'm going to go look for the second winner while she's telling me that. Okay, I have 32 with Cat. Kat had 32. Yep, Kat's my second winner. The snowflakes. I'll give you my email in just a minute, and y'all can email. Okay, Kat. The floral stencil or the artwork? Lori Lou had 8. So I'm looking to see if anybody had 9. Yep, Lori. I have Lori's address. Okay, so Kat's going with the stencil and Lori the art. That works for me. So that way that's all done. I will mail those out Thursday. We're going to the DMV to attempt to get our driver's license. And that, may be a challenge. All right, so I have an hour. Let's play with some ink, y'all. Way less stressful. I don't normally do giveaway stuff, only during this stream. Okay, so this is synthetic paper. It's very similar to Yupo. Yes, thank you, Holly. Thank you so much. There's my email. So I need Holly and Kat, your addresses. Okay, so I'm going to work on 2 pieces. I have this thought in my head. I'm going to work on 2 pieces at a time with a variety of colors. And then, if time allows, I'm going to add gold foil and maybe use my quill pens that I bought I didn't use these either. These are the Heidi Swap colors I got that I haven't used, but they didn't really go on that journal page. They might go on this though. All right. Little brass, because you gotta have some brass. Rubbing alcohol. Turn on the air compressor. All right, so I am going to start with Joyce's favorite butterscotch and golden yellow and lemonade, which is one of my favorites. So I'm going to start with some yellows because that's going to be my light. I love ink too. Okay, that's going to be where my yellows are going to go. These will get cut up probably is the plan. And that was Pinata's golden yellow. That's one of the new colors. Now this is a darker color. So I'm going to kind of keep it on this one side to a degree. Kind of come off a little bit in there. All right, so then I'm going to use my favorite tool. Is I like to feather out and have the soft edges and the blend. And I am going to put some brass in there in a few places too. And then I like to put the alcohol on it to break it up and shatter it. Okay. And I'm just going to keep working my way around. I'm not going to worry too much on the yellow side. At this point. Lost chat just a second. No, it is just air, Allie. You can put paint in it. I just don't like to do that. I don't want to clog the nib. I just like to be able to direct the air. So I'm just using it for the air. Now, you could just leave that as one like monotone. This is for makeup, and I paid about $40. And I do ink all the time, so for me, it was a minimal investment. Now, if you don't have inks, I will tell you what most of you have that you can use also is markers. Your dual tip Copic style markers, you can use those. See, I shouldn't have put all that brass right in there. It's not wanting to move. But that's okay. And the reason why I like this paper better than the Yupo is if you don't like something, you can wipe it back. I'll show you in just a second. And if something's being stubborn, just let the ink sit on there a little longer. But see, I don't really like this. So I'm going to take an alcohol pad like you use at the doctor's. And I'm going to take that little bit of yellow out. Maybe I want to pull back on some of this. Now on Yupo, it's more staining and you cannot do that. And I'm using the 99% alcohol. Okay. So I was leaning towards adding Pissy Pink to this, but I think before I go there, I'm going to put some Sunset Orange in some places. No problem, Stephanie. That's what I did this morning during Dee Dee and Mary, the first ones in the morning, and Colleen, I got busy paying bills. So some of the streams I'm going to go back and watch the recordings. I popped in, said hi, and then I got busy. Because they are recorded. So we, if you miss somebody. And I do better sometimes not putting, I'm getting a little too much circle over here. So I'm going to try to minimize some of that. And get more organic shapes. Okay, so I think that's good with the orange. Yeah, most of these are Rangers that I'm using. Some are Pinatas. I have to say Ranger is my favorite. Eileen likes Pinata because it's very intense. Marabou is my least favorite because you have to really use a lot of alcohol and let it sit to get it to move. And I like the wispy look. All right, let's use a pink. That's two. I want watermelon. That's too pink. I think I'm going to use a combination of the Pinata Magenta and Ranger Wild Plum. Okay, and I really like how this is right in here, so I think I'm going to come in. I'm just going to do this in stages. See that? Yeah, too pink. Too pink. So I'll have to use it, but I'm going to go with some wild plum. Thank you, Jamie. Well, we're going to get pink, so. It's a little pinker than I wanted, Eileen, to be honest. Oh, crap. See, like that was a mistake, but I can get that off. And with Yupo, I could not. Especially with a color like that pink. And then I can just use the ink and soften. We're going to get it out there. I like how it's gone coral. So I just kind of keep working with areas till I get them where I want them. Did you? I haven't bought them. I think Eileen bought them. Okay. Now I might do this page differently and not do the pink. Let's try something. Let's get mermaid and pool. And go for more of a contrast on this side. Because these are going to get cut up. They're not going to be used as is. I got a splatter, but I need it clean. I'll get that later. Let's get more. And you just can't get that with a straw, in my opinion. It's just so hard. Okay. This one might need something right in there. Let's get a blue. This is sailboat blue. Work some blue in there. Sorry, I'm not looking at chat. Okay, so we've gone from the teal to the blue green. Let's go from the pink to the purple to the blue. All right, I'm going to put the teal up. I'm going to keep the blue out. And I'm going to keep the wild plum and get rid of the pinata pink. Yeah, I redid my whole room and really took some time to clean it and actually invest in storage because I had stuff stacked on shelves and it's so much better. All right, I'm going to go purple twilight and this color called Pool. I'm almost out of. It's very light. In fact, it may not do very well on the yellow at the beginning. Until I clear off some. But I want to do some blue in here. To kind of tie that. And let's do some of that purpley color in there. All right, I'm going to move some of this yellow. I'm gonna blot out some of that real quick, just because I want to lift some of that yellow out. It'll just be faster. Oh, really? Oh, see, and I got pink there that I don't want. I'm going to get pink in a minute anyways, but so I'm going to get a wipe. And I'm going to get some more of that with a clean wipe. Now you can't do that with Yupo. Trying to get rid of some of the trash as I work. Okay, 30 minutes. No, I'm not working on Yupo. I am working on a paper out of India that's called Nara. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it in Europe. You can get it in the US, Australia. They're out of Mumbai. It is a synthetic paper, but it is not Yupo. Okay. All right, this is just more alcohol because I'm trying to all right, and then I'm going to go with the purple in here. And then I'll come back with some of that periwinkle to soften. All right, I'm going to come in with the wild plum and the purple up here. I should get a more. Okay. Some of this I really like. I like this a lot. So now I'm just going to go in and clean up areas I don't care for. I'm going to put a little of that purple in there because I liked how that worked with that wild plum. Kind of a rose color in there. And I'm going to put a little bit of the yellow back in here. Okay. Now I need to decide if I want to give it, I like how this little pink dot is over here. So I'm thinking some splatters in some areas. So I'm going to get a brush. And I'm going to start with the wild plum. And I've just put some alcohol and some wild plum. All right, now I'm going to add some purple to that wild plum. I'm even going to get just a little bit over there. All right, now I'm going to rinse that. And I'm going to I'm going to get rid of the purple. And I'm going to get rid of the wild plum. And I'm going to go blue next. And I'll put some of the sailor blue and some alcohol. Put that blue all the way up here. Yeah, I'm going to go back to that purple and wild plum. Actually, I think I'm just going to get some of the purple by itself. I feel like I need some more dark. It's not getting as dark. I'm going to go to a different purple. This is a darker purple. I want dark like that. That was a piñata that I just added. That's what I wanted. I wanted okay. Now I'm going to go to a darker blue too. This is a denim blue. Get rid of the sailboat blue. My poor phone. That's coming out very purpley. Okay. I'm done with those inks, so I'm just setting a piece of sewing tissue on the inks to just kind of soak it up. I'll use it later. Just going to wipe it up with this tissue. Because I need more room. I need to get rid of the, I'm going to go with the teal and then we'll see. I'm going to go with dark teal and the mermaid. I have to go to this side. And a dark teal. A little bit of ink in each of those. Okay. Cross over here. I think I have a little too much up here. Or not enough. I think I have too much dead space in here. And there's a yellow in there. All right, so what I'm going to do is turn this around where I can get to it a little bit better, and I'm going to take some of that out. I'm using alcohol inks, and this is Nara synthetic paper. It is not Yupo. All right. One. I have Graphics Opaque White, and I like it too. It actually works really well with colored pencil. So if you want to do your inks and then do colored pencil, the Graphics Opaque White doesn't stain either. This is the cheaper of the three, and it comes in a big variety of sizes. And because they're a new company, they have run quite a few sales. Okay, so let's all right, I think that's better composition wise. And then I'm just going to go in with a few of the dots, and then I think I'll go to that orange color. And put just a little bit of the sunset orange dots. Clean that brush a little better. There's still purple in there and blue. All right, I'm just going to get a different brush. Okay, I just wanted some more orange. In some other areas. I think that's pretty good. So then what I'm going to do is cut it up. Now, I will tell you the other thing. I'm getting close to my time. The other thing you can do is you can use the Deco Art foils sheets. And in places where you have a lot of, if you use it earlier, you'll get more. I'm probably not going to get a lot because I didn't do it right away, but I will get some in areas. But I think what my plan is, before I cut it up, is to come, potentially, I I may come in with some Deco Arts foil gel and put it through the laminator. But I may wait till I cut them. I can cut them on screen because then I can decide how to do that. This is getting a little bling here and there. And you'll get it where the ridges of ink are built up. You'll get more if you do it right away when the ink is just barely dry. You can use the quill pens too. Which you can see from this foil I did through the stencils with the gel and got areas. I'm just not sure, and I really liked it. I'm just not sure what I want. And then this tissue I'll put up and use in a collage at some point. And it just has little bits of ink on it. Let's go ahead and cut these and see how we came out. Now you could fussy, like be real picky, but I'm going to kind of just go with it. They're 9 by 12. So I'm going to start by cutting it at the 6. This one at the 6. And then decide, I'm going to get a mat. And then I can decide what they need as individual pieces, or if I want to cut them down more. So here's a 5 by 7. So this one I would probably leave. I might do some more alcohol work here. I think this one's a candidate for some of the gold foil, which will push and meld those colors together. I think this one needs the gold foil too to be more abstract. It also could go in smaller mats. I don't think I have just a couple smaller mats. I need to order more. I have just one. So I might cut this in half and turn this into 2 smaller pieces, is what I'm thinking. So this is 9. About 4.5. wasn't a very clean cut. So probably what I would do is do these 3 as a framed set, I think, of 2 small and 1 large. And do some, I think I'll do some gold foil stuff to kind of tie them together. And then let's go ahead and cut. Let's leave that one long, because if I cut it in half, there's not going to be enough interesting. And let's cut this one in half. Now you can get this paper in a roll. You can get it 12 by 12. They have circles. I like the rounds a lot. They're coming out with more and more sizes and shapes. They have a 40-foot wide, 40-inch wide, 5-foot long roll. So what I'll probably do is set that set up like that, maybe. And then if they're matted, and then what I'm going to use on them is called Deco Arts foil. Trying to find where it's at. I'll show you the jar, what it looks like. There it is. I can put this through the stencil, let it dry, and then put it with the foil through the laminator. The other thing I could do is use the foiling tools, but I want to cover a larger area, so I think this is going to work better. So that's probably what I'll end up doing, is taking some kind of stencil and doing some abstract patches, a blend where the color gets broken up with the gold. And I'll probably even use more than one stencil. And then they can either be hung individually or as a group that way. All right, so Shauna is next. If you are not subscribed to Shauna, then you can click on Shauna's name. Thanks for hanging out. Gina, Tanya, we can talk. And then Jean posts the blog post. And it is Shauna, and then help me out, Shauna. Who is after you? Is it Janet after Shauna? And I know Kathy Arbor is going to sub for Jean. And Tanya and Lisa are also going to stream tonight, starting at 7, I believe. All right. Thanks for hanging out, guys.